All right, we're gonna put some wraps on some HLRs, and I went with the middle ones, the .003 straightness, because most of the time I'm just shooting at targets anyway, and I do have the 001s, the HLRs, 300 spine for hunting and target too, for that matter. But anyway, got some little wraps there that I found on, I think it was on Facebook. I found somebody had mentioned somebody, and I honestly can't remember. It's Whitewater Archery is where I got these wraps. So shout out to them. And you probably can't see it, but I do have a little line drawn on my mat here, which, by the way, I made. I went and I had a huge roll of rubber at Tractor Supply, and I just cut it into the dimensions that I wanted. And I have cleaned these with acetone already, so. There's one. I've actually done half a dozen already, so I'm actually on the second half of that dozen arrows. But it's nothing to it. I've just got a straight line here, and then I just kind of line it up where I want it. I'm actually doing these a little differently than I did the first 6, just because it's my first time ever doing wraps, and I don't know exactly, I guess, where I like them to be. Some people I see do them right out to the very end, and others kind of leave a space. So these I'm trying to do pretty close to the end. And I can get that in the camera. I'm not good at the camera yet. But that's what I'm doing. My name is Mark Stamp, and I have been a hunter safety team coach for close to 30 years in the state of North Carolina. So coaching high school kids with shotgun, archery, and rifle, and have really enjoyed it. And just this year, of all years, I'm 50. I just turned 56 back in November. I've decided to get into archery more. I always just kind of counted on some of the parents that had kids that shot to really handle the archery part of it. But I just decided I wanted to do it too. Kind of proves you're never too old to try something new. So that's what I'm doing, trying something new. And I have gone kind of crazy with it, to the point where my wife is shaking her head a lot with how much stuff I've accumulated and started messing with. And the Amazon purchases are never ending. There's always something new. But I've gotten stuff here locally in North Carolina from Extreme Outfitters in Jacksonville, and I've gotten stuff from Dunn Outdoors, which is in Dunn, North Carolina. They're both about equidistant from me, and they're both local shops, so I try to use them as much as I can. But I have ordered stuff on eBay and on Amazon, and Podium Archer is another one that I've ordered stuff from too, and some other places for different things. But anyway, 2 more and I'm done. But I'm taking this off. I had cleaned the shafts with acetone earlier, before I turned the video on, and let them dry, and wiped them back down. And now and quite frankly, I've learned to do this by watching Podium Archer, MFJJ, Josh Jones is his name, watching T-Bone from Bone Collectors, those guys, watching them do this kind of stuff, and we're watching Chris B is another one that I watch a lot, and the guys here locally at Extreme Outfitters do they do a podcast that I've learned a lot from too. So shout out to all those guys. I've learned a lot by watching YouTube, which is how a lot of us learn. And as an educator, I would not be surprised if there comes a day where public school systems as we know it, and even private school systems, which I retired from public school teaching and am currently teaching at a private school. But I think that education in the next 5, 10, 15 years is going to look much, much different from what it looks like right now, and what it looked like when I was starting way back in 1995. And just roll it out and get that seam flat. And that's the last one. And I have cut these arrows to my desired length already too. As a matter of fact, the phone is actually leaning on my mod saw that I used to do that. It makes it really easy. You can see the tube for the vacuum cleaner where I had it set up right here. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Simple wraps on some arrows.